Never again. Deaths in Europe as a consequence of thrown spears are, at least since the Middle Ages, a pretty rare occurrence. When a border guard in Poland was killed in this way, falling victim to a hail of spears thrown by men trying to invade his country, it caused a considerable amount of anger in Poland. Although Poland has a more liberal government these days than when the Law and Justice Party was running the country, this proved to be too much, and the order has now been given that troops are allowed to open fire if they encounter angry Africans or Arabs throwing spears at them and attempting to invade their country. Further north, Finland has now declared that they will allow no illegal immigrants or asylum seekers to enter their country from the east. There too, thousands of young men have been besieging the border and trying to force their way into Finland. This is an invasion, and it's one orchestrated in this instance by Russia and its ally Belarus. Both countries are collecting refugees from places like Somalia and Syria, transporting them to the borders of Estonia, Finland, and Poland, and then sending them to storm border posts and enter Europe. The aim, of course, is to disrupt the West and to impose an economic burden on Europe. This is not merely an Eastern European problem, of course, because many of those people arriving in Finland make a beeline for France and then sail across the English Channel, heading here to claim asylum. It is certainly curious to see spears making a comeback in Europe after falling out of fashion so many centuries ago. Mind, I can see that they might catch on in larger European cities. During the skirmish on the border in which that Polish border guard was killed, an aggressive crowd hurled many spears at the Polish troops. These had been made by affixing knives and nails to long sticks. Crude, yes, but as was soon demonstrated, absolutely effective and lethal. Living as we do on an island, there is inevitably a temptation to adopt a somewhat parochial attitude to these things, regarding the European mainland, particularly Eastern Europe, as being something which doesn't really concern us, except as a convenient place to take our holidays, perhaps. When we see the borders of Hungary, Finland, or Poland under pressure from crowds of angry young men from Africa and Asia, there is a natural instinct to dismiss it from our thought. I am reminded of what Neville Chamberlain said in 1938 when there was a possibility that we should go to war with Germany over Czechoslovakia. He said that it would be horrible and fantastic to think of Britain involving itself in a quarrel, as he put it, in a faraway country between people of whom we know nothing. We British still tend to have that attitude when we think about quarrels in European countries. The invasion of Europe, though, for it is nothing else, concerns us all. Across Asia, the Middle East, and Africa, large parts of the population of various countries are on the move. Their destination is Europe. They head north across the Mediterranean by sea and west by overland routes. Sometimes they're aided by people in countries like Libya and Russia, either for financial or ideological motives. It doesn't matter which, because this is an existential crisis for Europe and its civilization. With the willing cooperation of various quislings and fifth columnists in our own country and other European countries, our culture is being dismantled from within and the historical record altered. The intention is, of course, that European civilization and culture should be prepared to extinguish itself and allow other cultures to become dominant. Whether the people of Europe will agree quietly to their own demise remains to be seen, But the events on the Polish and Finnish border are of crucial importance if we wish to understand the likely long-term outcome of all this.